Recipe Required. Tonight I'm going to show you how to do some chicken breasts. Now, I'm not talking about the boneless, skinless chicken breasts that we all see and use a fair amount. These are actually the bone-on. You can buy them at the store, just buy them separately. You can even buy your own chicken and kind of butcher it up. I'm going to show you how to roast them off for an absolutely perfect chicken breast. We'll get some herbs on the outside, make it super tasty and super easy. Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so we've got our chicken breast here. We're going to do roasted chicken breast, and I want to talk about the rules of roasting the perfect chicken breast. So rule number one, buy the chicken breast on the bone. If you want to do boneless, skinless breasts, that's totally fine, but I prefer to sear those in the pan rather than roasting them. And the bone really kind of helps everything. The meat stays nice and juicy. I think it even adds more flavor to it. It's absolutely awesome. So we're going to start off with the right ingredients, and we're going to season them well. I like to throw mine into a bowl here. Now you can add almost any kind of flavor that you want. Herbs, spices, sauces, anything. I've got some rosemary and thyme, which is a pretty classic herb, and I'm just going to rub that down kind of all over the chicken. I'm going to throw some olive oil in here a few hours before I'm ready to cook it, and I'm just going to let all that herb just kind of marinate and flavor the chicken, flavor the meat, and cover this, throw it in the oven. We'll come back in a couple hours and start roasting. Okay, so I've let my chicken breasts marinate in these delicious herbs for a couple hours. Second rule, maybe we're up to the third, fourth rule, I don't really know. An important rule is to take them out of the fridge a couple hours before, not a couple hours, a good 30 minutes before you're going to cook them, and let them come up to room temperature, because you don't really want to cook a cold piece of meat. And then, regardless of what herbs, spices, flavors, whatever you've used, you want to make sure you season the chicken on both sides with a good amount of salt and pepper. Remembering, they're pretty thick pieces, so you got to season all the way through. Once our chicken breasts are up to room temperature, we've seasoned them. We're going to take a nice hot pan. I like to start mine on the stovetop. Frankly, speeds up the cooking process and ensures you get a nice crispy skin. So, hot pan. Next rule. Rule after that, start skin side down. Lay it down. If you don't hear that nice sizzle, take it out and restart. By starting skin side down, that's kind of our presentation side. It's a common cooking strategy to do that. Start with the presentation layer down. That's going to get nice caramelized, beautiful crust. We're going to let this go for probably 5 to 6 minutes. Then we're going to flip it over and put it into a preheated 375-degree oven. Okay, so I've let my chicken go for about 5 minutes now, maybe 4 minutes over medium heat. I want to check it. That's not bad, but it's not quite dark enough, not quite where I want it. So I'm going to flip that back over and just let it go probably another 2 minutes or so. I want a nice golden brown color. And then I'm going to flip them like I just did, stick them in the oven. Okay, now that I've got my chickens skin side nice and crispy, golden brown, we're going to pop this into a 350-degree oven until it's done, which with some experience you can just kind of learn to tell. You want the juices to run clear, but you may just want to use a meat thermometer. Okay, the next thing we need to do to make sure we got the perfect chicken breast is to take it out of the oven when it's perfectly cooked. I like to bring my chicken breast, I don't like to, you kind of have to, bring your chicken breast up to 160 degrees, at its thickest part. Best and really, the only way to do that is with the thermometer here. The other thing to tell is do your juices run clear? So what I mean by that is, while we let the chicken rest, and we are going to let the chicken rest, the juices that come out should not look pink, should not look bloody. They should look just nice and clear. I'm going to set mine on a cutting board that I've cleaned since we used it last time, and just let it sit for a good 7, 8, 9 minutes. Let the juices inside just kind of rest and relax. While that's happening, you can go ahead and make a sauce. You can go twiddly thumbs. You can do whatever you need to do. Okay, so our final rule was to let it rest, which is super important. Lastly, we're gonna carve it. Now, the ribs are all on this side. The breast kind of just runs right over them. So easiest thing to do is to take your carving knife and just kind of run it right along those ribs and down. And you're trying to use kind of nice long strokes, and it may take a little prying, a little pulling, but you can get the breast off generally in kind of one piece. Here's our bone, there's our breast. Then I like to slice kind of nice big chunks. Try and get one more out of that. And then we'll bring our plate over and serve this up with your favorite sides. Maybe a little sauce, like I've done, just a little pan sauce drizzled right over the top. And then a few green beans I've got with it as well. And this, my friends, is the perfect roast chicken. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required.